What's going on, y'all? Another week, another geek. We are back at it again with the Why I'm Geeked show, episode 108. We back in action. Your voice is here. Chris, how you feeling today, Brody?
I'm pretty hyped for Ahsoka, man. So another Ahsoka episode sounds good. Glad to be back with you, man. I hope you're doing good too.
Yes, sir. You know, I had to go put in some work at the gym today, but you know, that's a story for another day. But you know who's been putting in work? Dag on Ahsoka. Ahsoka with not the rise of the century, but just like it's doing what it has to do, bro. And I'm excited to talk about it today. But before we do, we gotta get this stamp or nah done for today. So today's stamp or nah is where Ezra and Grand Admiral Thrawn's reveal a letdown. Chris, I'm gonna let you go first. How would you feeling about their reveal, bro?
This one's a little hard because I'm gonna go with a stamp on Ezra. I wasn't too hyped about how they revealed my man's hopping out a little hut. And then I'm gonna say they did Thrawn at least justice. I felt the only one way they could introduce him. He had all of his stormtroopers there. He had his crazy Star Destroyer pull up to that tower, and they were like, Thrawn's arriving. But Thrawn himself, like, it was cool for a second, and then I was just like, this kind of crusty version of Thrawn. Like, so I don't know how. Maybe stamp Thrawn and then nah on Ezra. Ezra's kind of just made me be like, man, I could have waited for the next episode and had a better reveal or something. You know, sitting in a cave with the rocks floating or something. I was kidding. But what about you, G? Stamp or nah?
So so before I give my answer, right? Because I know I gotta get the receipts. You gotta get the receipts. So originally I said that we were gonna see Ezra first and then Thrawn. But it was the other way around. Chris was right. So I gotta put that out there just so make sure, you know, we keeping track of these lore bets or whatever you want to call it. But
lore bets.
I think I'm gonna say stamp to both of these Jones, because for me, like, everything surrounding Thrawn was cool, but it was like he was just, I don't know, bruh. He was too short. Like, he didn't feel as menacing, or just like the voice was there. I will say that his voice is mad close to the original in Star Wars Rebels, and I did like that. But I don't know. Like, I was just kind of expecting a little bit more, and then Ezra as like the actor and like the mannerisms that we saw initially, it was very Ezra. But I wanted something like crazy to happen. Like, I wanted him to save Sabine, essentially, like, and that be the way he reintroduces himself to us, because it's like, all right, he hasn't been here and just not doing anything, you know, because that's what it kind of seems like.
Yeah,
he ain't been
You're on to something,
nothing.
G. You're on to something.
So I don't know if he still got it or if he don't, but it was a letdown. It was a letdown for me, bro, and I'll leave it at that. But I mean, man, I will say though, like, I didn't realize last episode how we didn't really get no Sabine for real, and like none of this part of the story other than like the flashbacks and like when Ahsoka was filling out what happened with the Force, essentially. And now we get a whole Sabine episode where they're kind of playing like tag team with, you know, who is the lead and who's not. Even though, like, in the grand scheme of things, I really like the direction that things are going. I think there's going to be major payoffs. But this flip-flopping between Sabine and Ahsoka has got to end. It's got to end.
Yeah, doesn't it feel like just Rebels?
Yeah, like, it don't feel like Ahsoka. Like,
it does not feel like Ahsoka. I'm glad you brought that up, because I've been thinking that too, especially with this episode. I was like, Okay, so we spent a whole like half the episode on Thrawn. We spent a little
Hmm.
bit on was it called Baylor or
Oh, Lord Balin, and Shin.
yeah,
Hmm.
and then uh Sabine,
Yeah.
and I was like, what is happening here? I don't know. I felt like we should at least saw Ahsoka emerge and I don't know,
I mean,
start to do something.
yeah. I mean, timeline wise, it makes sense just because it took them a whole episode to travel to this place, so it only makes sense that it's going to take a whole episode for Ahsoka to get there too.
Yeah, and they had
But
a lot of stuff to like get through. Thrawn and
mhm,
Ezra actually being revealed in the episode, but
right,
that it's starting to feel like Rebels for sure.
yeah, it's definitely feeling like season 5. Um, now first impressions of the planet. What did you think of that joint, bro? Dathomir, the Night Sisters, like home world essentially, right? Something
I
like
think
that.
it's pretty cool. I like the idea of the like it has the bones of the carcasses of the
Hmm.
space whales or whatever. And I'm really liking this storyline that there's something like mysterious stirring on the planet. And like you said, it's the Night Sisters like original home or
Hmm.
whatever, something like that. And then they are trying to leave the planet too.
Yeah.
Uh and definitely it is a stranded wasteland that I don't see anything that's important on this place. But something important's gonna happen there. We got 2 episodes, and I think it's a pretty cool planet. I'm just hoping it ends with like a bang. Uh,
Literally or physically
like
or
I hope they
metaphorically.
just don't teleport out this place. It
Okay.
seems like there is more mystery to this planet, and for these space whales, and for them to have these Jedi stories in the past about this location. I kind of want to pay off somehow.
Hmm. I
How you
feel
feeling
that.
about this new location?
I like it a lot, just because it's giving me like the world building I've been wanting from this series. Because really, we haven't really gone anywhere. Um, we've really just been going back and forth from the same place, and for me, it was never so much of like I thought we was gonna go somewhere. It was gonna be like a luscious, like
Yeah,
prime location. Like Ezra been living it up. Like you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? This is not Luke Skywalker's getaway. Like nah, this is I need to see you been going through it, right?
yeah.
And to see the bones being the rings of the planet was like, oh my gosh, I love this. Like I
What a
like
cool
this.
idea.
Yeah, because it's like you're giving not only purpose to this journey and closure to previous series of like, why do they make this migration? Why do they travel here? And in such a simple way of saying like, oh yeah, this is where they go to die. And I was like, dang. I
Yeah,
was
and it
like,
kind
all
of
right.
explains easy why they would go to that location
Mm-hmm.
from jump. Because
Right.
even that normal question for a viewer like me, I'd be like, so how do they know for sure they're
Mm-hmm.
going the right way? But it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And the Purgles could have took them anywhere. Like they
Hmm.
didn't have to go to that place, which makes me really think about like where Ezra's head was at when he made that request of them to like send me somewhere that we can't never get back. I was like, okay, like, and I won't say that like Ezra, like we don't really know anything about Ezra anymore.
No,
Like he's really grown up and he really feels like a completely new character.
got
Um,
that beard going.
yeah, yep, beer goals. It's like, but I really like. I don't know what the term is, but it's something like when like you've been alone for too long, and like he can communicate with the rock beetle things, but it's just like it's still not the same as like your friend, you know. But I feel like we're skipping a little bit ahead. Talking too much about Ezra. First I kind of want to just like talk a little bit about Lord Balin because he had a very like heavy episode in the sense of like we got to really know who he was today, you know.
Yeah.
Um, so
Some drama.
some major drama where it's like, yo, he's really like on some. I don't know if it's Aaron Yeager or what, but it's like it seems like he just wants to really destroy everything just to rebuild, but it's like he don't care how he do it. He just like on a mission, you know?
Yeah.
And I was not really expecting that. I feel like it really fits his character now, like in his demeanor of like what he actually cares about and you know, why he would even want to bring somebody along with him, you know? So how are you feeling about Lord Balin after watching this episode?
Yeah, I feel like some people wouldn't like his monologues that he went on this episode, but I really liked them. It was definitely a different pace,
Mm-hmm.
but he's dropping a lot of weird nuggets that I for sure anticipate them to answer. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
glad that they built up these two characters to be on their own pretty much quest. It's not some boring, lazy, we're just gonna go rescue Thrawn, you know?
Yeah.
And I like the idea that he said, like Thrawn's power is one of those like fleeting powers or powers that like come and go, kind of like how the Sith always rise and
Mm-hmm.
then the Jedi come back. You know, he left the Jedi's. He's seen this play out multiple times, and now he's seeking something bigger and better on this planet, and I have no idea what it is. And even his apprentice is like, there ain't nothing here.
Yeah, like what are we doing?
What are like that's the best part when the characters start just getting real.
Yeah.
What are we doing? You see our future here?
Right.
She was like, this is trash.
Yeah. And
So
also like the fact that like they know that, you know, Thrawn will leave them in a hot second. They know it. So
yeah.
it's
Like they don't
just
have a lot
like
of time on this planet.
yeah. And the fact that they're still willing to go out there because they seek something that's, you know, like you just like
It
you're
could be
saying,
a
like
lot.
something deeper within this planet that's going to help them. I don't know what it really could be, because at this point, him and Ahsoka seem a lot more similar than I originally thought. You know, because they're both like outcast, exile, whatever you want to call it. They both were in the Jedi Order and then dipped out. You know, either when they were forced out or, you know, when things hit the fan. So having the mentality that he does and the vitriol for what was like this continuous cycle, it really brought me to appreciate like, yo, like, nah, this is a real antagonist right here. I really thought he was gonna be
Yeah.
fodder. Like I really thought he was gonna be fodder and was just like gonna
Because
be
they
the muscle.
started making him fodder, bro. They
Yeah.
really did. I was like, oh man, they watered down this dude as the series went on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then when him and his apprentice are having this dialogue of, like you were saying, like having a real conversation, and it really did give me like Ahsoka and Anakin vibes where it's like, yo, like we know something is wrong, but yo, this is how we gonna fix it. You know? And when she got excited, like, oh, are we gonna be the ones that, you know, go into power? He was like, oh nah. You still thinking too small, baby girl. Like that's the type of vibes he was giving me. And I don't know why Ezra is the key to that, but you know, it's got to mean something that's like, all right, no matter if Sabine's even able to find him at all, but we're gonna go out here on this journey and just do what we have to. We're gonna make friends with the bandits, and we're gonna figure this planet out because there's something here. There's something in this grass full of rock crabs and rat dogs. Like there's something there's something that is missing
That
that
was
will be
very
the
Star
key.
Wars like.
Yeah. Because at first I was like, oh, then they got the wolves here too. I was like, oh, that's cool. But I was like, no, it's a rat dog. So now switching gears a little bit, like one thing about Thrawn that I always liked, from a character standpoint, was just his confidence, bro. This man willingly gave Sabine all of her gear, her lightsaber, rations, a dog for transportation, and even pointing her in the right direction. What
Good
does
guy,
that
Thrawn.
say? What does that say about him, Chris, to you?
Unfortunately, he's just a man of his word. But as much as he said he's not that petty, he is a little petty. Because to be honest, he kind of said it in the episode. He's not gonna like sacrifice the mission. Uh, him leaving the planet is the mission.
Mm-hmm.
He's not gonna sacrifice that for some pettiness. But he is gonna also, attempt it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And I just know, this is how villains get defeated all the time. Sometimes you just gotta leave the place and never see these people ever again in your life.
Yeah.
Don't mess with the heroes. You know what? They heroed me one time. I need to just go fight some other people. I need to get some new faces, some new names, and then maybe I'll defeat them. I'm not trying to verse the Avengers again. Let's not do this. So, uh, I just think you're right. It's just confidence. He's calculated, and especially being there for so long, I think he knows.
Yeah.
She ain't gonna make it. She ain't gonna find Ezra, and if they do, we'll like drive by and blow it up, and then call it a day.
Right. Big drive by. Yeah, I agree with that. I think it was like.
Do you think there's more to Thrawn's like demeanor or reasoning of being so? I don't even know how to charitable to an enemy that technically helped defeat you.
Right. Like I just didn't understand it, bro. I was like, yo, like, because what does he gain other than, being able to see Ezra go down from
Because he's
letting
just mainly
Sabine
doing
go.
it because Sabine brought the map. They pretty much they know that there was no chance they would have made it here, and he would have no refuge or way out if she would have destroyed the map. Like that would have been the end of it. But even then, it's so crazy to have that much resolve to uphold that deal.
Yeah,
especially as a bad guy. But that makes his character.
Yeah, because really, I want to see now, like what was it like to really land back here, right? Because just from like the force alone of what is it called? Jumping from one galaxy to the next with the windows open, with the perkles. Like I need to see that. I need to see the flashback.
Explain that part.
Like I need to see the flashback of how that happened, bro. Because I just want to see.
We can make a bet that one ain't happening.
All right, well, like
maybe we'll get the crash landing scene or like them struggling on the planet, like a little bit, but not.
I mean, even if they jumped to like the upper atmosphere and they were able to breathe and things like that, I still think it would be cool to see everything go down, right? Because his soldiers didn't get an upgrade. They are just scrap heap right now. Like all their stuff is just held together by Night Sister, freaking garments and stuff like that, and it looks cool. Gold. Yeah, it looks cool.
Like, melted into like the cracks.
But it didn't give me the signs of like, yo, he's ready for a war. Like he is the one that is like the leader, but everything about him still shows me that he lost right now. And I'm waiting to see like how is he able to really build himself back up to get back to this point, because for one, he didn't know for sure that they was gonna be able to get there. For two, how did he meet the Night Sisters? Like, what was that like? And for three, how did Ezra escape? I know he's a Jedi. I know he got mad moves, but I just want to see it happen. I just want to see it happen because for it to be years on years of life happening and y'all not be able to find them and not being worth it to go out there, that says something to me
they
about
can't
his
find
resolve.
That moving houses settlement thing. That's kind of crazy.
like you said, it's got to be something out there like that's
Yeah,
preventing them.
I know in our like pregame talk, I talked about potentially is a thing that we're gonna see in the next 2 episodes. Going to be Bendu, the Force. I don't even know what the Force
Mega
Spirit
Moose.
Force. Yeah, yeah, you call it the Moose. Uh, is it maybe he's protecting Ezra, but that's something he wouldn't really do.
Right.
Um, and maybe that's what Balin's skull is looking for. Um, an entity that has all the knowledge of the past and what
Mm-hmm.
happened with the Jedi's and Sith and all that type of stuff, and unlimited power.
Mm-hmm.
And why else would the Night Sisters also want to get off the planet as like soon as possible?
Yeah. It's giving me like that Loki Storm vibe. Like there's something out there that's like so bad that it's just like, yo, we have to get going, because the Night
And it's like,
Sisters
what were
ended
those
up
stormtroopers fighting? Like
exactly like because it doesn't really we ain't really seen something super formidable yet. But if you're out there and you don't got nothing, then I mean, I guess that's what you're gonna be fighting against. But I don't know. I think it's cool seeing this planet for what it is, just because it just builds on the lore, and what they do with it is gonna be like I hope they don't blow it up. Like earlier, I was like, they leave off with a bang, like a little drive by real quick. I hope they don't blow it up because it just continues to expand that like ever infinity whatever. I don't know a better way to phrase it, but just like how with Star Wars, like you can go as far as you want. As long as
I
there's
know in the
oxygen,
beginning
we're good.
of Ahsoka, they did that painting scene again,
Mm,
with
the rebels,
the the rebels, and I
the
think
ghost crew.
on the ship they had the thing about like the father, the son, and something. I don't know
Oh,
if that was
and the
actually on.
daughter.
Yeah, and that was in not Rebels. I think that
That was
was
in
in
Clone
Clone
Wars.
Wars.
Yep.
So kind of like you, I hope they don't just do something stupid or something boring. I
Mm-hmm.
hope it leads to one of these storylines getting reignited
Mm-hmm.
because, like you said, Ahsoka is getting much better
Yeah.
and finding more footing. It's not Ahsoka,
Mm-hmm.
definitely like more of Rebels, but I feel like now they have enough leeway where they could start up or bring back old um, storylines that they never fully fleshed out or fully finished.
Yeah. Because there's a gap between the Rey Skywalker era and the Clone Wars, and
Yeah.
the Star Wars best stuff has been in between that. We got so many new characters from Mandalorian, Grogu. I mean, if you want to bring back Mark for Luke, you can still do that. Like that's always an option, but there's wiggle room. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's wiggle
It's
room
starting to seem like it.
where we're gonna hopefully finally get a new roadmap of like when we're gonna get these major movies, because there's no way you build this whole thing out to lead to Thrawn for him to not get his own
Ooh.
real run, bruh. Like I need to see
A
him
real movie?
go crazy, bruh. Yeah, like
Would it be a Star Wars story, Thrawn?
I don't know.
They could just name it Rebels, to be honest.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, there's still so much, bro. So much to explore. Freaking Cal Kestis, bruh. Like, there's just a lot. There's a lot to it, but if they keep on going a trajectory that they're going on, this could go on forever, because you can go from Ahsoka to live action Rebels, or just live action Ezra, back to Mandalorian, back to like whatever, like you can just
Especially where they're at right now, because after these 2 episodes, maybe it changes up. But
yeah.
right now, it definitely seems way more open, way more possibilities. And
Hmm.
I don't know. Overall, it seems like in a really good spot.
Yeah, for sure. But for the show itself, looking more
Needs
like
more
Star
Ahsoka.
Wars Rebels. Looking more like my prediction was true. But
Yeah, that was early. That was like the first episode. Is
yeah,
this Star Wars Rebels
cause it's like,
season
yo,
5?
why is Sabine all on my screen, bruh? Like, you know.
Yeah.
But they're connected. So, what did you think? What did you think about like just like what are your not so much of Ezra in this episode? What do you think we're gonna see from Ezra? Like, where you could see this character going?
This
Like,
man
just
a
for this
bum
series.
now. My honest opinion, this dude a bum. He hopped
Dang.
out that little house. He don't look like he got no force powers, no nothing.
Dang.
I was hurt, bro. I was like, yo, I really hope he's just more of a force user now, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like his lightsaber's broken or something, so he had to just master the force.
Well, it's not broken. He gave it to Sabine.
Oh yeah. So I'm guessing he's more of a force user now, especially the way he dressing.
Yeah.
And like he only just practiced and trained in the ways of the force.
Mm-hmm.
You know, doing that whole sitting down and feeling everything around you nonsense to get in one with the force.
Like, what did he
And we're
learn?
gonna see.
Like, what did he learn from his experience on there? Like, that's what I want to know.
I don't know. We know Ezra, so it's a little difficult to say if he learned being on his own, talking to rock people. I don't even know what they're all, rock snails.
Yeah, but it's like that. He's not gonna have that angsty teen like vibe to him anymore. Like, so we should see a more. He hadn't talked to his friends in a while, so he seemed alright.
He did introduce himself sort of how I expected Ezra to introduce himself.
Right. Well, I thought it'd be like more the way Sabine is moving versus how Ezra is moving is very like, oh, she really liked that man. Like she was, you know, like if we really being honest, because it's like for the longest time it was the other way around, right? Where it was like, you know, Ezra was literally looking up to Sabine for the longest time, right? And then he had his moment, and then Sabine fell inward, and then she had her moment, and then boom, when they're finally both like on equal playing fields, he gone. You know? So I'm interested in to see how she plays this thing out. Like, you know, she gonna have some riz. What's she gonna do? But yeah, for me, I think Ezra is gonna be more like Yoda. In the sense of like he's gonna be crazy. I'm talking about like old Yoda, like what is it's not prequel.
I know everyone
like,
listening to the podcast said what?
No, like
what'd you say?
You know, in the old Yoda when Luke went to train with him, how Yoda was acting. Whereas like he had no home training.
Crazy?
Like no home training, bro.
He was just faking to pretend he wasn't a Jedi Master or a strong warrior or whatever.
Right. I'm expecting that, like, for it to be more so like, because everybody know what he did, right? But he gonna act like it's like not a really big deal, and then like when it's time
he did at least like mention he wasn't sure if the plan fully worked, you know.
Mm-hmm.
For like a split second, he knew they were there, but it's kind of like,
yeah,
did that actually like help?
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty cool. A little nugget they dropped in.
But when Sabine tell him why she's even there, that's when it's gonna get like, that's when Ezra gonna come out. Like he gotta. I need to see it, bro. I need to see it because it's just like we got Ezra, but it's like we still don't really know who he is now.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing. We want to see where Ezra's at this moment in time.
Mm-hmm.
We got majority of the episode on where Thrawn's at this moment in time. So it kind of sucked that Ezra was such a small portion. But we did get them both in one episode, which is nice because it frees up the last 2 episodes.
Right, for some major development.
and hopefully this dude ain't a bum. Hopefully he's not a bum.
He gonna keep
they
saying
can't
that.
do him like this. They can't do him like this.
Nah, I would be sick if he have a moment where it's like, all right, nah, I gotta lock in, twin, and he go bald again. If he go bald again, I'm gonna be hot because the freaking the hair was flowing, bro. Like the hair was going crazy. You know, like the beard was nice, but just like I was like, dang, he back to old Ezra now. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
um,
exactly like Ezra.
that's like that's beside the point. We need to see him do some stuff. And when is Ahsoka gonna get there, bruh? Dang.
She's definitely gonna be the next episode. She's
Yeah,
definitely.
but that's all I really got for this joint. There's not really that much to talk about on the episode specifically because it was mainly like we're here at this planet. All right, let's explore it a little bit. All right, next episode type beat. Like we're gonna
It was
introduce
cool
the
to see the
main
Night
people.
Sisters sound like the Night Sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had that whole raspiness.
The triple voice. Yeah, I like that
kind
too.
of missed that.
Yeah. At first, I thought it was like the Night Sister from this Clone Wars. But I was like, nah, I forgot they got bodied. I forgot they got bodied, bro. But do you got anything else for this joint?
No, really solid episode, really good. They need to keep it up for the last two, and I'll probably feel good about the series.
Okay. Vibes. All right. I mean, literally, as we're recording this, it's out now, so hopefully it's good. But we appreciate y'all for tuning in. What you geeked about this week, bro? X.
Saw X is dropping this weekend. Spooky season officially has arrived. I missed out on the first few ones. Like some weird one with this creepy hand. I think it's like "Don't Touch Me" or something like that. Something really weird. Like you
like Wednesday.
No, yeah, but exactly. But yeah, you get like possessed. But Saw
like
X. Yeah, hopefully I get to see that one on stream, and I just skipped it from the movie theaters because watching scary movies, a lot of them are horrible. So I'm not gonna waste all the money to go see a potential horrible movie. Saw franchise, I love it. I did start a few of them. I only watched 3, and I don't know how I'm gonna get all the way to 10.
Dang.
Because I definitely haven't seen Jigsaw or the previous Saw. I think it's called something else. But those are the last 2 I haven't seen. I've seen all the other ones, but I'm glad to rewatch the movies. They're really great movies, and hopefully this one is a good one. But it's formulaic, same old. I want to see the games. I hope there's a huge major twist at the end of it. Only thing I'm excited for, and then we just got more scary movies coming in October, so I'm hyped about that.
Okay.
What you geeked about, G?
So, as y'all know, I've already met my quota for the year as far as scary movies go. But I will be participating in spooky season this year. But not going to be how y'all think. I'm not going to see none of that stuff Chris talking about. Absolutely not. I'm going to go and I'm going to start Stranger Things. I've never watched Stranger Things at all. And I've seen clips. I've seen little moments. And it looked kind of not scary, obviously, but like it's something spooky in there. So for the whole month, I'm gonna try to finish Stranger Things, and I'm gonna start on October 1st.
You're 100% gonna finish it by October 6th. Like, there's just no way you don't.
What? I thought it was like 6 seasons or something like that.
You're gonna binge that. You're gonna binge.
Oh, it's like that good. Okay. I've only heard.
It's definitely good. It's definitely good.
Yeah, but I just never was like, oh, I gotta see Stranger Things. Like I've already seen Scooby Doo. Like, and they don't got a dog in here. So what am I really? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm tired of not being in on the loop on why things are cool. So that's what I'm gonna be doing for this spooky season. But
very entertaining show. Very entertaining.
Other than that, we got the creator that comes out this week. I'm excited to see that. Hopefully we'll be able to do an episode on that. And then Loki comes out, right?
You're right.
Loki comes out. So that'll be fire too. I might have to do a double episode, Loki and the creator. Or
like we're here. Yeah. We're here.
Or if the creator's bad, we just won't talk about it. Just talk about Loki. But yeah, Marvel's back, so hopefully that's good. I need them to like do something about this Disney Plus formula though, bro. I'm tired of this like single digit seasons. I don't even know how many seasons, I mean episodes are in Loki season 2,
Yeah,
but
probably 8.
I need like at least 16, bro. You know, like
Yeah, they ain't trying to do all that.
they not, and I don't like that. I don't like that, bro. But that's all I got this week, bro. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. Hope y'all enjoyed the podcast. If y'all did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you want to see this podcast live, check us out on Twitch at the Why I'm Geeked show. And usually go live on Tuesdays at around 3 p.m. Life do happen. Sometimes it might be either not happen or it might be a little late. But most of the time, that's where y'all gonna be able to find it if y'all want to watch 24 hours before. But y'all will always be able to watch on Wednesdays at 3 p.m. on audio and video. So lock in with us. We got more content on the way. Social's about to be popping. And they're going crazy. We got the freaking system down. And I'm excited for it, bro. So yeah. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. And we'll see y'all next week. Stay geeked. Peace.
Later, y'all.